All right, folks, one last video on intervals. So compound intervals. All that means is when we talk about a compound interval, it just means that the distance between the two pitches is greater than 8. So it's bigger than an octave. Greater than. So greater than 8. So if we were to start on D, that's going to be our octave. That's our perfect octave. Now, what if we had D to E? Technically, it's a ninth, right? And it is either major or minor because it is just like a second, right? So D to E. So we would categorize that as a major ninth. So we can have, I mean, we're not going to go up into like the 20s or anything, but yeah, sometimes we go into the teens. I think I've seen up as far as like a 13th. So let's take a G here. So G, that's going to be our octave. G to A is going to give us a major ninth. We could have a minor ninth, right? It's a real thing that can exist. But ninths are going to be like seconds. It's like your major second or your minor second, right? But an octave apart. And then your tenths are going to be up another one. So we've got major tenth and a minor tenth. So you can have major 10, minor 10. That's going to be a lot. That's like a third. So major third, minor third. When we say compound intervals, that's all we mean. The same rules apply. So like the ones that are major, minor, perfect, augmented, diminished, all the same things apply as they did with seconds, thirds, fourths, fifths, sixths, and sevenths, right? So we have the ones that can be major and minor. We have the ones that can be perfect. And then they can all be augmented or diminished, although the ones that are going to be augmented and diminished most likely are your fourths and your fifths. So yeah, there we go, everybody. That is your compound interval. It just means that they are more than an octave apart. So if you need to count with those, count. If you need to separate them by an octave and then say, okay, yeah, let me figure out how far apart that is, great. You could go, GB, go, oh yeah, that's the third. Okay, yeah, the third and 10th. Beautiful. So that's a compound interval.